Welcome to At Home with Music. We're continuing our series on women composers, and today we're going way back in history, all the way back to the medieval period, back to the Middle Ages, and I would like to introduce you to the life and work of Hildegard of Bingen. I'd like to start with a quote from the website thoughtco.com. Hildegard of Bingen, and it gives her birth date as somewhere in 1098, and she passed away on September 17th, 1179. Hildegard of Bingen was a medieval mystic and visionary, an abbess of Bingen's Benedictine community. She was also a prolific composer and the author of several books on spirituality, visions, medicine, health and nutrition, and nature. A powerful figure within the church, she corresponded with Queen Eleanor of Aquitaine and other major political figures of the time. She was made a saint of the Church of England. Hildegard of Bingen was an amazing woman in many ways. She wrote major works on theology, and she wrote about the visions that she received. And even though few women during that time were accorded any kind of respect, she was consulted by and advised bishops, popes, and kings. She wrote treatises about natural history. She wrote about the medicinal uses of plants, animals, and trees. Now, she did many amazing things. But because this YouTube channel is about music, I would like to talk about her music. She is the first composer whose biography is known. Obviously, there were composers who existed before, but she is the first one about whom we know about her life and what she did. Everything that this amazing woman did, and believe me, she was a woman of many talents and abilities. Everything she did is worthy of study. But here we will concentrate on her music, and I believe that her music alone makes her one of the most important composers of all time. Music was extremely important to Hildegard. She described it as the means of recapturing the original joy and beauty of paradise. She believed that before the fall, as is described in the book of Genesis, Adam was a singer. He had a pure voice, perhaps the greatest singer of all time, who knows. But he would sing along with the angels and sing praises to God. But then, after the fall, that's when she believed music was invented, and also musical instruments were made in order that God may be worshipped appropriately. There are a lot of people who believe that her music, which you can hear here in the background, sounds like what we would imagine angels singing to be like. She wrote hymns in honor of the saints and in honor of the Virgin Mary, and her music is what we call monophonic. It was a single melodic line. Now, there were often instruments in the background, as you will hear if you go to some of the links that I've left in the description and listen. You'll hear these drone-like sounds in the background, but you're always hearing a single vocal melodic line, and that was the common tradition in singing in the church during her day. Today, her music is becoming more and more popular. More and more people are rediscovering it. I'll be leaving in the description of this video several links to many of her pieces that are available on YouTube. I would encourage you to go and listen to them. I think you'll find her music otherworldly, mesmerizing, and quite beautiful, and very worshipful too. I will also be providing some links to other websites where you can get a lot more information on her life and her work, because I'm just wanting to introduce you here to her music. But because she did so many other things, and she was what people call a polymath. A polymath is somebody whose knowledge covers a large number of subjects, and they draw on this complex body of knowledge to solve specific problems. And so, as I mentioned earlier, Not only was she a musician and a composer, but she was also a philosopher. She was a mystic. She was a visionary. She was a medical writer. And she did many things that women in those days were not known for doing. She went on lecture tours and she spoke publicly. She was an amazing, fascinating woman, and her life is definitely worthy of your study. So I'm just trying to introduce you to the fact that she existed, and I would encourage you, if you so desire, to look up some of these links that I supply for you and find out more about this fascinating woman. But for now, I want you to listen to her music. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time as we continue our series on women composers. My goal here is to give you an introduction to the lives and works of these great female composers. Obviously, I can't include every detail of their lives or talk about everything that they composed in great detail. I just want to make you aware of their existence and encourage you to go out and find out more about them and listen to their music. And I think you're going to find that a great deal of what they produced is right on par with the work of the great male composers, the ones that you've definitely heard of before. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment section below. You can also contact me through my website at homewithmusic.com, and you can join the mailing list and be able to receive my monthly newsletter where I talk about what we're planning to cover here on the channel. And also, if you have any suggestions about a female composer that maybe you've heard of that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know about that as well. Thank you again for all your support. I also want to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That helps the channel a lot. I'll talk to you in the next one.